All right, Hard Yarns listeners, welcome. I apologise for my recent disappearance, but I am back. I was an hour early to make up for it.
You were early.
Before we kick off, we are sponsored by the Kahuna Golf.
Kahuna Golf!
Apparel, depends where you're from.
Mate, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Like I'm so pumped. They look good.
Check this shit out. It's fresh to death, bro.
They've got me like going. It's got me just because we had the apparel. I felt like I had to start playing golf, and now killing it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. If you want to look like us,
everyone wants to look like us.
Yeah, while playing golf, just hit your ball in the bush. No, but we're going to wear Kahuna Golf 15. Oh, sorry, Hard Yarns 15 is a discount code from Kahuna Golf. If you don't know the links, get it through our Instagram.
Yeah, this episode is also brought to you by Raunchy Brewing Co., the beer that's actually good, and Sir Henry's,
where the comedy night for Squealing Pig is, as you'll hear at the end of the pod.
Yes.
But our major sponsors,
as you see behind our guest today, Jaggar Altoft, we've got alltradescover.com.au.
Yep.
They are insurance for your big business, small business, anything to do with trades. They're probably going to cover you for a multiple assortment of things, Daniel.
So if you're a boxing gym and you want trade, maybe just inquire and see if they can cover you. If you're a fighter, maybe just inquire, because I can't say what they will or won't cover, but I'm sure they'll give you a competitive price.
I'm sure they will.
Alltradescover.com.au.
And they're actually getting people hit them up and mention the podcast.
Yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah, for our increased sponsorship money.
Yes.
Thank you, John. Hopefully I've nailed your ads.
You've done very well there, Daniel. But today we were joined by Jaggar Altoft.
Altoft. Alltoftcover.com.au.
It was a very interesting episode.
Yeah.
Pretty motivational. Do you remember what we spoke about, mate?
Oh, we got to touch base on, obviously my boxing career, a little bit of the upbringing and the surroundings I had through, being in foster care, and my boxing coach has become my immediate family, and dabbled with some crypto on that at the end there, which is quite interesting conversations. But no, mate, it was awesome. Thanks for having me.
Australian teams, good lesson on resilience and just a really positive chat today.
It's fucking good. I feel
invigorated.
I feel good after this.
Yeah.
If you've got a teenage kid or a younger kid or friends with younger kids, it's probably a good lesson as well.
Yeah. But very good episode, mate. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Cheers,
really
bro.
good.
Fuck yeah.
Let's get hard.
Let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Yeah, okay, sweet. So we're going again.
I don't even know what we said.
Yeah. So, deja vu. Ooh, spooky story.
Spooky story.
I feel like we're saying this all over again. We just had one of the cords unplugged.
Oh, mate, so lucky for the listeners. You nearly lost a whole episode.
Yeah,
and I noticed that the audio wasn't recording.
We're recording?
Recording.
Yeah.
We were playing Three Blind Mice. We were 30 seconds into the pod, and I noticed it. But Jaggar.
Happy days.
Jaggar.
Give us a rundown. Who you are, where you come from, what's the scenario?
Yeah.
Sweet. Before we found out that the audio cut off, I was just giving a little bit of inspo to say that, we're obviously in a position for people to listen. And, anything that I say throughout this pod is a place of, this is my story. We all have our own story. So
it's a personal experience.
Just make sure, there's no cry out for help or anything. It's just right on your chest. I'm pretty open to talk about what's, where I've come from and things like that. So there's two things that got me through in life, and it's having a crack and being a good listener. And I wasn't the smartest kid at school, the most athletic. I've just had a crack, and I've just listened to other people's stories. So, but talking about the foster homes and that, I grew up it's literally the way that I talk about it, is that if you look at Prospect, which is western suburbs of Sydney, it's like a meteorite. Hit the thing and there's just this big dome of housing commission. That's all it is. And and that's where I grew up.
So it's called Prospect?
It's called Prospect as the suburb, and it's just like on the tail end of Blacktown in western suburbs of Sydney. And that's probably where a lot of my character building was made in my early years of life.
And you've come away without the exit you there.
Yeah, proper. Yes, oh my
Yeah,
god.
I'm from Western Sydney, bro.
Yeah. I do miss those. I do miss being in Western Sydney just for the humbling experiences what I can give you. But yeah, the foster home sort of things and the ones the most beneficial part of it is that I moved to the Central Coast. When I was like in year 7, and I walked back into a boxing gym.
Yeah.
So I started off in a PCYC in Blacktown.
As a PCYC.
Police Boys Club. So
Okay.
it's like a community sort of sporting centre.
Sort of like our YMCA over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I walked back into a boxing gym when I got to the Central Coast, and the people there, Kylie and Steve Mannix, and Bailey Mannix was one of the fighters, but Kylie and Steve sort of owned the space. And they could see what I was going through at home, and it, the home life where I was at with certain family members, I was just like, gosh, I can go to boxing every day of the week, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
And
375, you've been hitting the head too many.
exactly. And like, I don't have to be home every afternoon. Like, this is sick. And
And it was free?
and it was, well, they knew that
Yeah.
my family were trying to make it a little bit hard for me. They're going, we can't afford it. And I go, mate, just come down.
Yeah.
And so they ended up becoming my immediate family.
Wow.
So my boxing coaches took me in and made me one of their own. And I had a brother and sister out of it. And
Wow.
they brung me up, man, and they really showed me what a family was. And
So they like legally adopted you?
no, well,
Or like you just like osmosis your way into
yeah, sort of. But it was funny because one day there was like this lawyer that rang me up and goes, "Hey mate, we're about to make the final call on your situation with Kylie and Steve Mannix. Do you want to be adopted or fostered?"
Right.
I'm like, I'm adopted. Let's go. I live here. Right. And Kylie's like, "No, that means that you'll take the Mannix name. Like that's unfair to your family." I'm like, I don't know the difference. So I was essentially fostered, which I didn't know. There was
right.
There was 2 different
And
ways of going about it. Yeah.
Was it just mum at home, dad, or mum and dad? And
So I didn't really grow up with my mum or dad,
Right.
So they've got their own story that they will, may or may not tell one day. But just through situation, and before I met Kylie and Steve as well, like I was in foster homes prior to that. So
so you'd been fostered out to Central Coast?
no. So if we even went back a step again, something happened at home, and then that with mum, and then I had to go into foster homes.
Right.
And back in the day, the way that the foster care system worked is that you'd get a call from DOCS, which was Department of Community Services.
Yep.
And they're saying, keep Jaggar at home because we're coming to get him. And I was with my cousins at the time, and they were holding on to me, and they were like, "I'm so sorry, but like they're coming to get you." And I'm like, "Just let me run, like," because kids were getting taken.
Coming to get ya.
Kids were getting taken all the time, man. Like there was kids that got taken, and you just never saw them again. And I'm like, "Just let me run," like. And they're like, "No, because they're going to take our kids as well." And they literally open up the door. The police put you in the back of the paddy wagon, and man, it's hectic.
It's
and
like Stolen Generation modern day.
yeah, proper.
Legit. Like.
And and they take you to I had a lady, and she was really nice, but they put you in what's it called? So like short-term stays.
Yeah.
So they're like, "You're going to be here for a week, and then we'll find you a new home."
That's
And
so
I'm
unsettling.
I'm like, rubbish.
Yeah.
So I went to school one day and just ran.
How
I'm out of
How
here.
old were you at the
Yeah,
time?
like 10 or 11 or something?
11.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took off, and I was running. I was running to I knew my uncle was staying at my mum's at the time, so I'm running, and every single car that drove past, I hid into a bush.
Wow.
So I'm like, that could be docs.
Yeah.
Run back out, sprint, and it took me half an hour to get there. And then as soon as I ran in, I went, "Mate, they're coming."
Yeah.
And I was jumping fences all afternoon to different houses to make sure that they were coming to get me. And then that's how we got away.
Fuck. No wonder your cardio's so good for boxing.
Yeah, I was out of it.
Training early.
Yeah,
that's,
man.
That's intense, man. As a 10 or 11-year-old, like you're just trying to find a place where you feel safe.
Yeah.
And your whole world's just...
Yeah, well, safety and uncertainty, didn't mix.
Yeah.
So, like, it was very much the instability of, what my day was going to look like almost every day.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's something that happened throughout those events that today where I'm just like, we actually don't know what is certain and isn't certain, and people get caught up in the world's problems and they don't know, you know, X, Y, and Z and whatever people's beliefs are. But I'm like, fuck, my world's good. You know, what I'm trying to create at home and how I wake up and want to tackle the day and go to bed at night, like, that's good.
Yeah.
I don't really have too much else to worry about, you know what I mean? So,
So I built a fuckload of resilience.
yeah, and that sort of just unintentionally programmed it into myself over the time, you know?
Yeah.
So when you're 12, you go to Central Coast because you'd been moved there?
Yeah, well, my auntie and uncle took me in.
Yeah.
You know, they had their own way of bringing up children, which, you know, looking at who I am now and the role model I am for my stepson, I probably don't agree with it.
Yeah.
So then that's when Kylie and Steve took me in.
Right. So at least they show you what you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, I love them. I got nothing against them. I still love them. They've got their own beliefs that they got brought up a certain way. So I can't hate them for that.
Yeah.
And so I started boxing and it's sort of just become my life. Yeah. So from about 12 to 17, I was just live, breathe boxing.
Right. Why the boxing? Because of the people who took you in?
Do you think it was like you liked boxing, or was it more like you felt like you belonged somewhere and they made you feel part of
all of
something?
it? Yeah, it was just like I can walk in there every afternoon. Like
Routine.
and it was just routine. I loved it. Was probably the first time in my life where I had routine, somewhere I needed to be. And something that I could get, like it was a craft, you know, and I had role models to look up to. I wanted to be like them. I saw how hard they trained, and, you know, a lot of the older dudes were like brickies of a day. So they'd come to train and covered in cement. I'm like, these guys are like unbelievable.
I know at the start you said you didn't want it to be like a cry for help but like as a father, I find it so hard to hear that.
Yeah.
Like it's really, and I find that a difficult thing to comprehend. But like, obviously you're not condemning your parents and what they've done, but like, how do you change your mindset to get around that? Because like forgiving your parents, that must be a huge thing to go through.
And not a lot of people that go through the foster care system come out with that much wisdom
No.
on the other side.
Yeah.
You know?
So like, what was your mindset?
Mate, when I was like 16, 17, I was a very angry kid. Like, maybe even that whole time I was boxing, I was super angry. Like,
understandably.
Yeah. And like, I was angry at school. Like, and even my boxing ability wasn't that good. It was just pure ticker. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't that. I didn't have that much ability. So I was very angry and things like that. But Kylie and Steve were still like, they're your mum, that's your dad, that's your family. Yeah. Like, you know, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone's like, it's about you.
So it seems like the people who took you in eventually instilled you with some pretty...
Environment always wins, man.
Yeah.
Environment always wins, and they had my back and really showed me a positive way to look at things. And like I thank them every day for that, you know.
And just for Perth listeners and other, Central Coast to Sydney is not close, right? It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Yeah, so it's probably about an hour and a half up the freeway from where I was previously living in Blacktown.
Yeah. So it might be like from here just past Mandurah, like another half past Mandurah.
Yeah. So moved to a new spot, new school. Like I didn't know anybody, and started fresh. But like,
so I mean, what I'm hearing from that is like the nuclear family is super important, because what happens if you don't find Stephen? Was it Steve?
Yeah.
And
so that comes back to environment wins, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's a part of us that knows that like what's wrong and what's right. So the things that's what's wrong, sometimes that charges people. I believe, you know, like that you know, being in the mix of bad habits. But if you go get a taste for what it is to be, you know, in a positive environment, and you know that, like, stick to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, ask questions, you know, ask, you know, like, how'd you get here? And people, there's going to be so many people on this podcast that have no idea of even the past 5-10 minutes of this conversation from me. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that we be in a position for people to listen, like I was saying. So go ask questions of people, see what they've been through, how they got through it, and really gravitate if someone's open to being able to share experiences and mold with you. You know what I mean? Like, I think, don't be afraid to ask.
I think that's why my judgment on people has certainly changed, because I used to be quite judgmental. I'd be the angry ant, like even in and I talk about it a lot with what do you call it, road rage. You judge people for the sort of person they are, for the way they make a decision on the road, and then you'd understand, well, fuck, I've been, you know, mindlessly forgetting about what I'm doing on the road myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you just don't understand what they're going through. Like they might be honking at you going off and you don't realise their fucking wife's just left them or they found out they got cancer or fucking they're going through. You don't know what they're going through.
No, I love that.
So I've completely lost any judgment on anyone or try to. It's hard because sometimes it still creeps up.
Yeah.
But trying to rid yourself of judgment of other people without knowing anything. You got to ask those questions
and
to begin with to
even
know.
Better that as well. Like something happened to me the other day when I was weighing in at a boxing competition, and I'd cut a lot of weight in the morning, which we'll go into a little bit later about cutting weight. So I was a little bit depleted, I was a little bit moody, and a guy asked me a question, and I was really like rude and shut off to him.
Yeah.
And I got to see him again the next day at the competition. I went up and I said, "Mate, I'm so sorry for how I was yesterday. Like I was cutting a little bit away. I was a bit confused. Like I didn't mean to be an arsehole."
Yeah.
And we had a mad conversation.
Yeah.
So just owning it as well when you're a dick, because you got to allow room for mistake and just own it. Like.
Well, there's a flip side of that which has been happening to me lately. Whereas when people that are on drugs though or affected by drugs and they keep reaching out, and I'll preach all this like forgiveness and positivity stuff.
Yeah.
There's a point where like you need to know when to cut and when to stop, because that's what I feel like
you can let go with love. I think you can go.
I feel like such a hypocrite, man. Like it's like, fucking look out for your mates. And I've got mates like recently in the last month too that have reached out, but I'm like, there's nothing there for me, and I've already said my piece. Like by inviting them back, it's.
I think what the go is with that is having a place of look. I'm here for you. Like I've tried my best. I can't help you anymore. It's actually starting to have an effect on me. When you feel like you're in a place where you can come back to me, I'll be here again.
Yeah, and I think
potentially that's all it is for you.
But I think, mate, it's even self-preservation, because it's that
you have to think of yourself, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. But the thing is, all people need to at those times is to be present, right? And if they're already drowning shit out, you know what I mean? Like you're a small part of their day that give them a little bit of time to talk about it. But as soon as you're gone, they're faced with the world's problems again. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's when people judge people who take drugs. I don't think you should judge the drug they're taking. You should judge the reason why they're taking it. You know what I mean?
Situation.
Yeah, it's a situation. But and another thing is like what you're saying, like you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped, and they don't even know it yet. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's going to be one day where they go, look, man, this is it. And you just do your bit, and it's up to you on where you need to sit and go, like, mate, I've tried.
Yeah. Well, even the hard part is, like, if you don't want that friendship anymore as well.
Yeah, so true.
They want that connection back, but you're like, well,
I'm sorry, I've moved on.
Yeah. It's almost like breaking up with a girlfriend.
It's hard.
That's
a big one. I think
because it's like, I don't want to spend time with that. Like, there's nothing there for me anymore.
Yeah. And for them, maybe that's the lesson they need. Maybe that is you losing you as a friend and not having that connection is the kick up the ass.
But the flip side is like everyone else has done that to that person, so then you start going.
But that's when they have to look inwards. Yeah, they actually have to look inwards and go, oh, well.
And it's difficult at times to see it when you said it last week, I think it was. It's hard to see outside the storm when you're in the middle. Yeah. You know, like it is hard. But mate, sometimes you have to prioritize yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just one of those things that's come up a couple of times. So this is a chat that I'm sort of trying to work my way around. Because even they even just said, they're like, oh, I need to talk to you. I'm like, well, I don't really have too much
energy, man. Yeah, it's massive.
So it's a bit tough, but anyhow,
what do you reckon the best way to deal with energy vampires is? Like
that's exactly the name.
Yeah. What do you think?
A drive to somewhere. I'll go, oh mate. Usually when it's someone like that, it's funny now. They'll see if they'll pick out. I'll go, mate. Look, I'm just on the way to so and so. I've got something happening there, but I've just been thinking about you. I've got 5 minutes to have a chat if you want to talk about anything. Good chance, 9 times out of 10. They'll suck the life out of you for that 5 minutes. But you've given yourself a bit of time, bit of energy to be able to take that. Done. That's your bit. You've spoken to them. Yeah. Wait till next week. You know what I mean? Like, and then they don't feel forgotten about. You're still putting your time and energy into them, and you really don't need to.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I feel like drives in the car.
Because all three of us, I can see, have that empathetic Like,
Yeah.
It's been
I
my
can see
biggest
you
downfall,
battling
man.
with it. Yeah, your empathy could be. I think empathy for a lot of people can be, degenerative to themselves sometimes.
But mate,
Even like with the quiz, knowing what I get money talking to you about paying a quiz host.
Yeah.
I've put in like 7 years of this thing and now I've got a pay rise and then I don't want people to see what I'm getting paid if I'm paying them that. It's like, and then I'm like, fuck it, bro. Like,
it's experience though.
I'm putting in $200 a week on Google ads. I've built 7 years.
100%.
It's just this battle where the empathy kicks over and like, I feel I'm giving random people, you know, way more than what they should be getting.
And this is, I think,
like in a money sense, but like
I've started to see it when you start to act like it yourself, you start to see other people doing the same thing. So I've seen that with you. Like I can see you're just starting to go, no, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Like this is my value.
Yeah.
I've seen it recently with myself. I go, no, I'm providing value in this, and this. This is what I'm worth.
Yeah.
For this.
Yeah.
Whatever. And that's not just monetarily. It's time, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, energy.
Yeah.
All of that. And yeah, fuck that empathy of trying to let someone go when they are sucking that energy away. Sometimes it's better for you, and that's going to be better for everyone else.
And to put the energy into the
complete.
things that benefit you is
Yeah.
a massive thing. You know what I mean? Like I know if I have a conversation with a certain whoever it is in the morning, and I'll go, oh, I timed that shit.
Yeah.
Throws my whole day out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I didn't have any conversations with anyone before this morning except one of my good mates because he hypes me up.
Yeah.
And I went, that's the exact conversation I need to have for coming on the potty, you know? Like, so
That's
why
how I feel when I chat with Wolfie.
Well,
Like Wolfie, I can be on the phone with him for 40 minutes, bro. And then he'll go, anyway, man, I gotta go.
I mentioned you last night, actually, Delby, how like you're my kick up the ass because you're fucking 1,000 miles a second, always lots of things. And sometimes I'm like, fuck, I can't.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's too much. But then sometimes I'm like, no, I've fallen into a little lazy spell, and that little kick up the ass will be like, no, actually, fuck, go do it. Like, go do what he says. So sometimes you need that someone who perks you up.
You need a hype man.
Mate, the coffee girl, and
man.
I tell Delby this all the time, the coffee girls down there, no, it was actually vibey today. The guy was serving and he seemed
It's
a bit
Thursday.
flat.
Yeah,
but
it's
for whatever
Thursday.
reason,
He served flat whites.
those two girls in there, they're just a fucking high vibe. And I love going in there before we come in here. I just feel so I don't know, up and about. Getting around those high vibe
Except
people.
for Sarah and
Don't say Tegan.
no, not Tegan. L.
L.
I walk in, L. It was like, "What's going on, player? What's going on, playboy?" I go, "What are you talking about?" Because she came to one show of 33 years single, and she's like, "Well, I saw all the girls at the show." I'm like, that doesn't mean fucking anything. Did you not listen to the 1 hour context? I'm like, I don't need this negativity in the morning. But
fuck, they're good.
So with your situation, man, it sounds like you were one of the lucky ones that found a family that cared about them.
Yeah.
What happens the other way, bro? Like, you've seen the foster system. Where are some of the improvements we can make? If anyone's thinking about fostering kids and stuff, what's your take on that?
Well, look, this can go to the other part of the conversation too, right? So, obviously, I'm talking about myself here. Use myself as an example, but through experience, right? So when I was boxing between the ages of 12 and 17. When I turned 18, I sort of went the other way. Moved out, experimented with life a little bit. I was partying and made some mistakes. Traveled around Europe. I lived in London for a little bit. And
were you still boxing over there? Or
no. This
partying?
was And my values changed, and I made some mistakes, but I feel like I had to go make those mistakes to realize that there was no end goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sort of looking around, I'm going like, this isn't it. But like I had to destroy to rebuild. And and at those moments, like, you have to do the work, and hopefully there was a part along other people's journeys where they can go, I can go relate back to that person, or I can go do this. So I just had to bring almost like my boxing mindset back into life. And I moved back from London to Australia, and when I got to the Central Coast, I love you all, but I was in an absolute time warp, man. I was like, we're sitting at the same pub. We're not doing much. Like, this isn't it. This isn't it. Like, and we're
That's people getting comfortable with their lives. Some people are happy doing that.
back on the bender,
others,
and I'm going, I got to go get some money. So went and got my rigging tickets.
Yep.
And I had a friend of mine that I had in London, and he goes, mate, when you go back to Australia, just promise me you'll go to Perth and go get a job in the mines.
Yeah, money will fucking...
That's what you're going to do.
Mm.
And I got back to Perth and I was on the bed and I was like, no, this isn't it, man. This isn't it. And I booked a flight to Perth. 2 days later, I was here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
$400 in my account, man.
Yeah, right.
And I'm going
That's
like...
a bag of Coke if you want to
yeah, exactly. And I just had this thing, and apparently it was really easy to get a job in the mines.
Yeah.
I come over here...
With your tickets?
Yeah, with my tickets, but I come over here beginning of financial year.
Yeah.
So the mines were like closed. I had no money. I had no job. And it was like, yeah. And then that's when it comes to...
Did you know anyone?
I had me mate Kiefer. Shout out Kiefer. He's the man. He's the one I was telling you about who pumped me up this morning. But this is where it comes through as a man, right? Where I had to ask for help, which is a big thing. Yet don't be afraid to ask for help. Like everyone gets themselves in sticky situations. Having a crack, being a good listener, ask for help was, I just listened to what he wanted to do. And he went, mate, look, I don't have a bed for you, but I've got a lounge. So I asked a good person something, back to the situation. Do you need someone?
Yep.
There's going to be someone out there, but you just got to ask for help. And I had a thing that I owed him now. You know what I mean? I needed to go get a job. I needed to get off his couch.
I'm just going to write a message off thing just in case it's a different...
No.
Okay, all right, sweet. Different.
Yeah, no. Cool. And
I just wanted to keep something confidential there.
No. And he just looked after me.
Awesome.
And I was able to ask for help, and he helped me you get a job, and with the rigging side of things, because my tickets, I got my rigging tickets.
Yeah.
So and I got up north, and
Yeah, so, I mean, I should wholeheartedly let people know I've missed the last pod because of a bender. so I still enjoy it, but like there is way more to life, man. I get one night off every couple of weeks, so I take full advantage. Yeah. But I'm thinking, even though how well I'm doing now, what you're saying is there's more to it. Yeah. I need to reset my values and my goals because I'm feeling a little wayward at the moment with where I'm at. So yesterday's meeting was quite good, but
it's just quality of life, bro.
Yeah,
that's what it is. You just
sitting here with a fuck back.
You just want to feel good, man. Yeah,
and it's just little bits, like chucking in a little bit of fun. Like that's fine every now and then. Like this Saturday, I'm pumped. Like I don't know whether I'm going to have a big one. It's mate's 40th, real good mate's 40th. Yeah, we're going to go out and I'm probably going to get drunk. And
where at? I'm fucking.
We're leadable. So I was like, but the thing is, this year I've been drunk like once when I went to Thailand.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it because it became the first one I loved because it's the first one in ages, and then the next few days again it became like this again. That was the same sort of like I'm stuck here again. Yeah. But because this is a one-off again, I'm fucking pumped for this. This Saturday night. Probably wake up feeling like shit on Sundays, and then go put it away for a while.
Yeah, and then end up turning off it as well. You'll go like, now I'm going to space out the next one. You know what I mean? Until the novelty goes, maybe I want to get back on it again.
Yeah.
But when it's every weekend or it's like every weeknight you're drinking and this is why I don't hold any grudges with my upbringings and stuff like that. People are just trying to get through.
Yeah, for sure, man.
They just don't
100%.
have. It depends what you're doing it for.
Yeah,
I just do it because I really have fun, man.
Well, what was it the other day? You were saying someone's trying to give me a bendy arm, and I was like, "Well, fucking do it, man."
Yeah.
It's like sometimes they come up. They're the fun ones. And it's the one when you're just like, "I'm going out tonight to go get drunk because that's what I do."
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And the thing is as well, right? Like, let's say it comes down to an addictive personality.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Let's say it's not addicted to the bender, but that addictive personality to having fun, right?
Yeah.
That has not changed for me.
Yeah.
It just happens to be now it's boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just giving me... Yeah, it's just like... But I'm addicted to getting better and like being in the gym and that's... It's just changed.
Well, I don't know what it is. That sort of stuff's infectious.
Yeah.
And like with the ultra, five of my mates came down and did it as a team. And now they're still messaging, 2 weeks later, and they're like, "Fuck, I'm training again. I'm getting ready." And they're all pumped. They're like, "I want to do better next
time." Once you turn 33, 34, 35, it's like, let's run together. Just so we can get away from the kids and the missus.
Exactly. It ended up being like it was one of those things. I just knew if I could get them there, they'd buy in.
Yeah.
And once you feel once you feel the vibe. Once you feel that the Marbo.
Yeah.
Once you feel that vibe, that fucking infectious attitude of everyone around you just experiencing something like they've worked hard towards.
Oh, mate, it's
fucking awesome,
it's
man.
such a feeling, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, revolving around the sport and environments and coming back to the boxing side of things, like, you know, there's people that achieve more than me and people applaud me for my achievements and things like that. But, mate, the company, the people you meet, it's so sick. Like I went to America with the Australian team back in Feb, right?
Yeah.
That was the first time being an Australian representative.
Awesome,
yeah, like just working my way to it and getting that pen put on the team. Like I received the medal over there at the bronze at the World Cup, but mate, the people I got to meet, like there was some really cool boxers there. They're like the people of Colorado were funny, and
I think I say the people of colour were really funny.
Colorado. Where we're gonna get?
Clip that up.
Which we'll get into in a second about Colorado Springs, because that was an absolute trip. But then, you know, I come back home and our club at Lacey's gym, we had, you know, 10 of us go over to South Australia to fight the Australian Club Championships.
Yeah.
Mate, we had the juniors with us, we had the youths, like, and I almost played this little bit of a dad role. I was the oldest one of the group, which was a bit of a spin. 25.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Seen
I
some
thought
shit,
you were
mate.
like 30 or something, just from the way you speak.
Yeah, I seen some shit, mate. So,
Yeah.
and it was so sick, man. Like, the company and the camaraderie, like, I feed off it, you know.
It's like playing in a footy team.
Mate, it's killer. And
Sports are one of the best things you can be part of, partaking, or have your kids do, because you build a community, you build this almost selflessness where it's about more than just yourself.
Yes.
And I was talking to the guy that I saw yesterday. He's an old Jewish fella, Ilan. He helps me with my back, and he was saying
Those gypsy spells.
Yeah, they're not feeling a gypsy. He's retiring. I go, what are you going to do? He goes, I just want to give back. So I'm going to go down to the soccer club. When I first came to Perth, I was broke. I went there and I was playing, and they asked if I wanted to do some work for the club, and they helped me. My wife was pregnant. It was the first club that helped me out, helped me live. So I'm going to go back and donate my time, like strapping and that. So it's like that little community, you know.
That answers your question as well when you say, you know, for the kids that haven't made it, or, you know, that like considering I was a lucky one, your role models, there's 100% your role models have seen and done what you've been through or had glimpses of it, because everyone takes things a little bit different in their own story. So go ask and, you know, be a part of that, and, you know, see how they got through it and things like that. To any of the younger guys watching or people in struggles, like, there is 100% someone out there that has been through what you've been through. They're willing to listen. Just, don't be afraid to ask.
If you know a young kid or a family that's struggling, maybe even just get him into any sort of sporting club.
Yeah,
and if you are worried about it, I'm sure the sporting club they find a way to help.
Mate, walk into a boxing gym every day of the year. There's going to be something on. Like that's just being biased because footy's seasonal.
But
boxing,
mate,
jiu-jitsu, any combat sport, you know, like.
And I'm sure
even gyms, man. Like
exactly. Grab a gym buddy. Let's go.
But that comes to money. If they don't have the money, I'm sure there's people, you know, that will.
Yeah,
like,
people do like owners. Run clubs and stuff on the like.
Mate, how popular have they become lately?
I've actually been looking for a couple like
so
Park run.
Popular at the moment.
Park run every Saturday. It's free. 5 kilometre runs. Yeah. And I think Sunday mornings they got fucking some Forrest Gump thing happening.
Everyone can go running.
Yeah,
if you're fit and healthy enough to be able to get amongst that. So
100%. Some of the best relationships, all of my best relationships now stem from football.
Mad.
All my best mates.
Wicked.
Like even now. Like I'm going on a big family sort of style holiday for a mate's 40th in Bali. Fuck 40th all the time now. Fuck how old am I getting? Got a 40th trip to Bali, and there's probably like 80 of us going over, like kids and
that's wicked.
Parents, and they're just the only common thing is we all play for the same football club, and we didn't all play together. We played like we sort of overlapped. Some players played with all of them, some players didn't, but the common thing is that one football club.
Yeah.
And the families and the kids, and now we all go to the football club and we watch and we have beers or we celebrate, whatever. But there's a huge group of us.
To one club,
mate. It's such
it's
like my best man, all my groomsmen I played footy with.
That's
like
so sick.
Everyone at this 40th that I'm going to on Saturday night, we just all played footy together. That's the one thing.
Footy was the thing when we were younger that was what got me so many different friendship groups, it was a blessing and a curse because I didn't have one solid group of mates.
Yeah.
I had all these spread out because you'd have Wanneroo Footy Club, and then when I played at Kingsley, then you'd play Subi, and then because you play Subi, you would find all the best players at West Perth and you'd make friends with them. Then at the medal nights when you were getting best in the league, well, not many of us did, but like you'd meet all them. So it was, and then you play stateside, so you've got all these fucking mates from all over the world, all over the country.
And how good are those memories, though?
The best, bro.
You know?
I bumped into a guy on Saturday after Sesh Story, Scotty Delmenico, shout out, he listens to the pod. We were 15, so it was me, him, Buddy Franklin, Morgan Cooper, these boys, they were all mates, and bumped into him, and it's like fucking, it's a weird, like,
Common
nostalgia.
ground.
Nostalgia.
Yeah,
I gave him a big hug and I felt like we were 15 again, man.
Yeah.
And he goes, mate, that was, how long ago was that? I was like, fuck, that was 21 years ago.
Crazy.
And he was out on his 7th anniversary with his wife. He's got 4 kids. Like,
it's crazy.
But it was so exciting. Yeah. Like, I was so excited to see him. I gave him a hug like he was like a fucking, like
100%.
Been in the Hurt Locker with him. That's right.
Let's
go.
So true,
early days.
And that's the thing, like when you got such a big group of friends like that with and nostalgia, like because you don't see each other all the time. Life gets in the way.
You like each other more?
Fuck, when you get to see each other, like for us this Saturday night, it's like, can't wait. Like, and you find out the FA Cup final's on, you don't care. We're going to watch the FA Cup final and Monaco qualifying. We're not going out to fucking pull chicks like that's what we used to be. Now it's just like we're going for a chat, for a yarn, and just get away from.
But it's also
everything.
the best thing is because you don't see each other that much, you just have the best version of that person.
Yes.
So when you see them, it's that you're both at your best.
That's it.
You don't have to deal with.
Bring a little,
not the best, but like you're at the happiest, I should say.
The Bali trip's actually going to be interesting because we all used to go to footy trips together. So now we're all going with wives and kids.
I'm sure there'll be a night where it's going to be a repeat.
Yeah, well, AFL Grand Final day will be solid. I think.
Hectic.
That'll be a good one.
But man, there's something I thought about a long time ago that maybe once my touring has become successful, I can do. I was thinking of like when my mum was a single mum, she had 3 teenage boys to try to play footy. Footy fees were like exorbitant, man. Equipment, it was like $200 each kid plus footy boots. It was $100 there, so it's like $300 times 3. That's $900 that mum had to find somewhere.
Yeah, I'm
sure it was even a bit more. So I was like, I'd love to. I had an idea when I was 18 called Sports. It was like single parent opportunity for remuneration of training.
Gosh.
So sports and
love that.
Raising money. But then it was like, how do you decide who gets the funding and who not? You probably have to give it to each club and they can compensate the mum. That'll be something I want to do.
Because community sports is so important. It's so important.
And cost is a barrier for single parents.
100%. It was a barrier for like even for my parents.
You pick one.
My parents were like, "No, you got one sport."
Yeah, because cricket, you got to get the bat, the fucking everything.
But that was even one sport for the year.
Yeah. That's
you want to do a winter sport or a summer sport? That's like it's not. I didn't get footy and cricket. Yeah. Even in summer, like it was like cricket, and I was also athletic state champ. They were like, "Which one do you want?"
Yeah.
What we can't afford both.
Yeah, but it's the best thing you can do as a parent is save that money now for the sport because it will save you a lot of issues later with the
that's
kids.
A great way of looking at it.
Yeah, it's an investment in the kids' health.
For sure.
A lot of the times it will keep, what is it? Idle hands is the devil's work. Yeah. Idle time is the devil's work.
Yeah.
So if the kids aren't playing sport, they're finding something else to do, and that's bongs and meth.
And you just never know where it can take them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the experiences and the opportunities that could come up for kids, and like I'm 25 and still chasing dreams. Like,
dude, you're still a baby, bro.
It's just funny.
Guys are still getting drafted at your age.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I just think, man, what a sick thing to be holding on to. Whether with your craft and can continue to have a crack at it.
Yeah. So what's your pathway? Because I heard you've done really well, but when did you? So you've gone to London, you've partied, you come home, you're like, right,
I've got to get to Perth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sleeping off my mate's couch, life started to really fall into place, and I was making some good money, and I was able to build a little bit of a life in Perth, and I was actually meant to move to the Netherlands. That's the reason why I moved to Perth.
Really?
Because I was like, I really like what the Netherlands is about. How do I get the most amount of money I need to get to the Netherlands?
Is that because while you were in London, it was so cheap to fly to Amsterdam?
I just liked it. Yeah, I spent a little bit of time in Rotterdam as well, which is Amsterdam, just with less people.
Yeah,
and I liked it.
Yeah.
And I just went, I'll go do a year over there, and I didn't really know what was going to come of it.
Could write a book called From Roto to Rotterdam.
That's a good one. Yeah. And then, so COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I had all my money saved up, and I went, well, I'm not going to go sort of squish and minimise my experience in Amsterdam if everyone's locked in houses.
Yeah.
So I went, Perth's
You're
pretty
so
good.
wise for a 25. The way you speak, you have this wisdom that we don't.
I just read the play, yeah. And then
this is why Pinder was so excited.
Yeah, but he's the man. Shout out to Pinder. But and I sort of read the play, and I had all this money, and I went, I'm going to go on a bit of self-discovery. Brought a Prado, decked it out, had all the stuff, and went driving up north, and decided I didn't like that. Come back, sold it all, threw my money into crypto. We'll talk about that later on.
Did you buy Prados when they were at their peak after everything was like
just before it, man?
Nice.
So
So you made a profit on the Prado?
Yeah,
Nice.
I was like, I put all these Ks on it and I sell it for more.
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah, it was spin out. And then, mate, I started to become skinny fat. I was sort of sitting on the lounge, I wasn't doing much. I went, I'll walk back into a boxing gym. Never left.
Right.
Never,
What age was this? 22?
23. So
really?
Yeah, I told my boss, I said, look, mate, love the work, never went back up, done the Prado, done the trip around, going up Western Australia.
Before we skip over that, so for me, I feel like I'm too young. That's something I'd probably do if I ever find a partner.
Yeah.
I'll maybe do that. Did you go solo?
No, I had a partner at the time.
Right.
But that's...
Was it too much time together?
Probably. Yeah. We're just bluing the whole time. But
Where did you see? Where did you like? And what was that sort of experience? Did you say you didn't like it?
WA, the drives to get to the pots of gold were way too long.
So big, eh?
Man, like
you look at WA on the map, man. Like,
mate,
it's fucking half of Australia.
It's
fucking half.
bigger than UK.
But see, in the East Coast, from Sydney to Brisbane, every 2 hours you hit like a mini major city. Port Macquarie, Taree, Foster. Like there's all and you're just seeing all. Yeah. You're always seeing people. You see green, you see roads, you see cars. Yeah. I reckon I drove for 8 hours at a time. Sometimes in WA, saw nothing.
Yeah. If anyone is driving for long hours, you can always listen to the Hard Yarns podcast. There's over 200 episodes.
But yeah, so
you just didn't like the amount of time.
Yeah, I think I was a bit young as well. I thought I was going to end up becoming this young nomad, and I was going to continue to work FIFO, and in my time off go do that boat and fishing camping thing, which I didn't really gel with. Yeah. And then I literally walked into a boxing gym because my mate was doing PTs.
Nice.
And
was it Lacey's?
Yeah, Lacey's, yeah. So
which one? The one up north?
Yeah.
Or the one in Innaloo?
No, he's only got the one now, so he's at Joondalup on Grand Boulevard.
Huge facility.
Did there used to be one at Innaloo?
At Currumbine. He had one at Currumbine, Innaloo.
One at Wanneroo. It's just amalgamated into one?
He just went...
So that gym that they've now taken over used to be the Coliseum gym back in the day. And I did my work.
Is that the one down at near the lake?
It's the corner of, I don't know what those
Grand
two roads...
Boulevard Tavern and Joondalup Drive.
Oh, in Joondalup, okay.
It's
right on the corner.
The big green church now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's painted it green, and that's the Lacey's hub, mate. Like,
mate, that was...
Is it named after...
Justin Lacey.
That's the guy.
Yeah, okay. He's the man. So he's been around for 13 years now.
We have to get him on, actually. He comments on a fair bit of our stuff.
Mate, he's got a wicked story too, and he talk about passion over power. Like, he speaks from the heart continuously, that guy.
So did you pick Lacey's, or that was just because your mate was training then?
A little bit more if we're going to go back a step again. Like one of my head boxing coaches from the Central Coast used to train Justin Lacey. Justin Lacey's from the East Coast. We grew up in the same suburbs.
Okay.
And then when I moved to WA, I was like, I met Lace at like boxing competitions in Queensland and that when I was younger. And so I just walked in and he remembered me. And Kira said, the guy was doing the PTs for her. He goes, mate, stop paying me PTs. Yeah. Like, come to the fighters class. I went to a fighters class and I went, whoa, that was humbling. Like, I've got some work to do. Yeah, proper. Yeah. So I ended up, I just never left, and I continued to be around that space. And
fuck, those fighting classes are...
Yeah, man. Well, but we're training at 12 o'clock every day. Yeah. So I'm sort of like, I got to the first 12 o'clock class and looking around, there's 20 blokes in there.
Where are they working?
That's my next question. Yeah. I went and I was going around going, where do you all work?
Yeah. Working from home become a thing after COVID.
They all go, well, you work here. They're all PTs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they all worked at Lacey's. So, and I went, yeah, sweet. So I went, I'm going to have to do that as a job. Went home that day and I was looking, going, gym, like I was just going to be like a receptionist.
Yeah.
Lacey had 4 hours a week advertised on the desk. I rang him. I said, mate,
Yeah.
Give me the job. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to sit around and talk to people all day? I just had me ass hanging out rigging for the past few years. And then, I got
4 hours a week, was it?
Yeah, 4 hours a week.
Was it like a Monday? Like
it was like a Tuesday, Thursday
day,
from 8 till 10 or something.
Yeah.
And then, one door closed, another one opens. Like when he had the gym at Osborne Park, the manager had broken his leg. Jag, do you want to be manager?
Oh, how coincidental.
Yeah. I happened to see him that afternoon.
I only seen him yesterday.
Yeah.
So and I was just like, I loved it, man. I was able to talk to people all day. I was getting paid by the hour. I felt guilty half the time because I'm like, this is a job. Like, this is amazing. Like hanging around like-minded people. Everyone wants to train and getting people in the space. And then I said to him, mate, how do I get out on the floor? He goes, get your certs. I had a little bit of money saved over from my my mining days, went and got my certifications, and 3 years later, I'm still a PT and a coach, and mate, it's been a sick journey, hey, but
Who are your mentors? Are there people that you listen to or don't listen to? Because PT and there's so many different fucking theories as to what works and what doesn't.
And the thing is that I really used to fight the persona of me being a fighter. I was like, I don't want to be known as that, but that's who I am.
That's your selling point.
Yeah, and I do that every day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a nutritionist coach.
Yeah.
But over the past, 2 years, me and Courtney have come up with a pretty scientific system on the way how food works and the way it works with the body and, in terms of energy and what to do and rest. So
are you into the seaweed as well?
Nah, not as much as her. But, mate, when she gets talking about it, I'm going, we got to start this as a business.
We can have kelp protein powders.
Yeah, proper. But, so everything that I do as a fighter, I live and breathe it. And that's what I do as a coach, And, I've obviously seen and been through a bit of stuff. And it just happens to be that the clientele I work with now have got a colourful past.
Yeah,
we can chat about it.
Yeah,
we can rip into a session, that bring that inner bitch out, and let's squash it. Mate, and if they need a little bit of help with their nutrition and mindset and things like that as well, like we've got systems and it works, and it makes me proud to see where people come from and how they can change it, man. Like in a short period too.
Yeah.
And some people feel like they can't dumb stuff on me, and I'm like, mate, it's my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so you're like a PT, but you're more like a psychologist trainer.
I love it though, man. I'm like, let's chat about
PPT,
it.
psychology, physical trainer.
Because when I used to go to Jags for my boxing stuff like that, and I can't remember why I ended up stopping.
Running.
I think it was the running. I was doing a lot of running, and I just didn't have the energy to do both. Yeah. But the sessions that I did with you were... they're a therapy session. You just talk. Trying to talk. By the end of it, like some of those fucking box jumps and stuff you're doing, like
the calorie burns and that. Yeah.
I can't. Boxing for me just.
Mate, come down and hit some stuff sometime.
I don't enjoy it, man.
Don't you?
No, I don't.
You haven't done it with Jaggar, mate. You haven't done it with Jaggar.
I'll give everything a go once. So I'm going to do it with Jaggar.
Yeah,
there is something about it that gets you jacked up. Like, you feel like. I say this every time I talk about the boxing training. It's a different sweat.
Mate,
it's like it's fucking from deep within your core.
And depending on how long it went for, you go, I did not think about anything else but boxing for the past half an hour.
Yeah.
Like, all your thought patterns have gone. Like, you've had a proper reset, and
all I'm thinking is I can't wait for this to stop. I can't wait for this to finish. Oh, fuck.
Well, that's what I use. And I was talking to you off pod about the golf.
Yes.
That's what golf's become for me.
Yeah.
It's like I put the phone away. I don't talk to anyone that's like emailing me or anything. If I'm playing with Delby, it's me and Delby, and we're just hitting golf balls. I'm thinking about the next shot and talking about stuff that's going on during the day.
That's sick.
It's become a meditation almost.
Love that.
It's like that's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way. Like even if I'm playing shit, it doesn't matter. And boxing, like whatever, or running's a bit.
It's
harder.
funny that it's always something physical or that involves mind, body, and soul that helps you.
The body's meant to be worked, man.
It is,
and the mind needs to be settled. And if you're working on something, like you focus on that one thing, and you don't have 20 screens going on at once.
Less
thinking
busy.
about I've got to do this. You're focused in, and mate, it's a really good reset.
Yeah.
If you're able to do it daily and you get the opportunity to do it daily. But
that's the whole benefit of meditation, isn't it? Quieting
Yeah,
your
yeah,
mind,
for sure,
just thinking,
for sure.
holding on your breath. If it's 5 5-10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It just centers you. For 5-10 minutes a day, you're not thinking about that bill you owe or that
exactly.
client you got to get stuff done for, or I got to pick up my daughter from school and now I got to go blah 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 bang, bang, bang. It just gets too much. But if there's that 10 minutes here, you go, all I'm thinking about is breath. Sick.
And that comes back to when you're saying, like, who are my mentors? I guess not really who you meant. It's like, who do you want to surround yourself with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, then when it comes down to, you're saying, you know, the influence, let's say with online and personal trainers and things like that, like you can get all the information. There's such a world out there for information now. Yeah. But how do you put it into practice? You got to do it yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to be around people that do it and trust. Trust what you're doing is working, especially for me to have an outlet for people. But yeah, you got to put it into practice yourself. You actually have to do it's experience. Yeah. Like if there's people out there teaching boxing and going out there and talking about boxing and they've never been punched in the face. How can you knowingly go do this and it's going to work? Yeah. Brother, you don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, mate, go run 10 kilometers. You don't need a warm up. And it's like, mate, my calf's just been done. Like maybe I need it. Like, yeah. If you're going to give experience to somebody, you got to make sure that you've done it. You know what I mean? And I think, you just got to surround yourself with people that you want to.
That's where my trigger is with life coaches. You haven't even finished your life yet.
Like what struggles have you been through? You know what I mean? And how is the struggle I've been through the same as your one? You know what I mean?
I think there's going to be similarities, and I think like,
mate, that's a COVID thing there. The old life coaches, they just come out of the neck of the woods, didn't they? Just like
I don't like the name life coach. There's probably something better where it's like maybe resilience coach would be best.
Yeah, situation coach. Yeah. What situation? Are you
because like, look at you. You're 36 and you're pretty knowledgeable on a lot of things. 37. You could probably help someone in certain ways.
Yeah, well, I know I can.
But being that whole encompassing life coach,
I don't have the answers.
Exactly. I have you might be able to go, hey, do you want some advice on comedy and this sort of area? Oh, I have a lot of advice in that area. But yeah, the whole
it's I don't know. It's a trigger for me, but
I guess people offering potentially like, hey, this is a cool structure, this is a good way, but you don't. That's
and I wouldn't feel comfortable charging for that either.
No, but also
I think this is what this podcast provides
100%.
Accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally.
I randomly had a message. I remember the name. I won't say the kid's name, but like it was an inbox in my Instagram, and it said, Mr. D, I just want to say, classes with you were the best thing ever. I still remember us doing 2 positive things every day. I was like, oh, that's mad. Like, that's a kid. She's like 22 now.
Left the spot.
Man. And just messaged. Awesome. I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
Go in the heart. It's got the feels. I love it. That's so good, man.
Sorry. But while we were just quickly talking about kelp, that sprung into mind. Otherwise, I'll forget about it forever. So after we had caught on I serendipitously got a job emceeing the Western Dairy Farmers event. So they had it's called Dairy Innovation Day. Yep. So they all go and they talk about all the innovations.
Cool.
And just by chance, the table I was sitting at before I was doing my comedy, I just started talking to him about carbon tax, like how does that affect the dairy farmers? And I was like, man, it's all bullshit. Like, you know, you guys are expected to reduce your carbon imprint when China's just doing whatever the fuck they want. It's just a way to make money. And then I'm like, and it's like open to corruption. I'm like, who's saying that? Because he was like, oh, you know, the board have to deal with that. I go, who's to say they aren't just getting paid off? He goes, well, there's still some good people. So we keep talking. He explains that they've been giving a number that's been done off a guess that they have to, per litre of milk, they have to offset their carbon by a certain number. But all the science is not like accurate. They're just guessed a number that the methane.
Are you suggesting sometimes they put in place rules that are based on guesswork? Almost like that 1.5 metre rule.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't take into account anything he plants, nothing. So he has to, it's not mandated yet. But I was like, see, this is where it's bullshit. This is where people get paid off. And I go, what do you do anyway? He goes, I'm the head of the Western Dairy Commission. So I'm just saying he's going to be bribed as shit.
Oh my God.
But with the kelp thing, he was like, yeah, it's pretty interesting, all the work on the kelp. But the thing that really struck me that you're going to love, there is a law or a bill trying to get passed on the gun ownership where if you don't agree to hand in your firearm.
Wow.
Where you have to like hand in your firearms or whatever. But there was a bill being passed, if you just don't get vaccinated, you will get your gun taken off you because it shows that you are dissent and
Wow.
a threat to the government. So you can't be trusted with a gun.
So digital ID is going to be awesome.
So he was like, it's pretty nuts. And I was
Mate.
like, is that legit? He goes, yeah, they're trying to pass a bill that says if you don't get a mandated vaccine, then it shows you can't be a responsible gun owner.
Mate, this digital ID, the
That's
fucking
scary, eh?
stuff is going to... It is 1,000% going to be abused.
Yeah.
That is a perfect example.
Mate, that's a spin out. Bouncing off that.
Yeah.
When I was in America, all American experience, got to go shoot a gun or you didn't actually go.
I'm shooting a gun today at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. It was so fun. But I was talking to a guy there, and in the state of Alabama, they have done 0 background checks on people who want to get guns. Right?
Yeah,
So you
Which
can
I
just-
think is a bit silly.
So you can walk.
That's
but
the
guess-
issue, isn't it?
Because they're all related.
Yeah.
But crime rates have gone to 0.
Oh.
Because everyone's got a gun. Everyone knows everyone's got a gun.
Oh, yeah, you ain't
do I
pulling
do I preach that? Absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah.
But the way that he was. But what I'm trying to say is but they were super passionate of the reason why they should carry guns.
Yeah. But it's
And-
because guns are legal there.
Yeah, exactly.
If they weren't, you
yeah.
would need a gun to protect yourself against everyone that has a
Yeah,
gun.
they were super passionate about it there, and
It'll
they're
never change. There.
Americans are actually just super passionate people.
Yeah.
Like we went to an NBA game.
Yeah.
Man,
How good's that?
so sick.
It's
Yeah.
the fucking
They
best, man.
reached way above expectations. They had a chant for everything. The energy was high. Like
Timeouts,
did you
just
watch?
timeouts are fucking
watched
awesome.
NBA. Denver Nuggets versus Atlanta Hawks.
Oh,
Sick game.
fucking
I didn't
good.
realize they won it last year. Denver Nuggets
Yeah.
absolutely smoked them.
yeah.
They smoked them, but yeah.
Was
it
it
was-
Jokic on there?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you feel? It's like, I want to go back to Serbia. I do not like this.
And then you got like Trey Young would have been with Atlanta Falcons. Like it's a fucking
Yeah, no, it was a sick game.
I went to the
That's
New
sick,
York
man.
Knicks when they were shit and paying $11. I had money on them and they won.
Mate, what
and
the
I caught a T-shirt.
Where'd you
a
go in
gun
America?
T-shirt. This when I would have been your age, man, 23, 24.
Where'd you go? Like, where'd you stay?
I didn't enjoy it. I went to Miami. I did Orlando, South Carolina, North Carolina, Charleston, and then New York, and one other place.
How about you? Did you go?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had
my
a different
favorite
experience.
Yeah,
I want to do what you
incredible.
did.
Oh, it was so good. I went with mutual friend Lee McKnight and another mate Ricey and another couple of mates who we met over at Coachella and that.
Yeah.
But it was a fucking awesome trip, good fun.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
best thing I did by a fucking country mile was Austin South by Southwest Music Festival.
Yeah.
The whole city just becomes
That's awesome.
the whole city becomes a venue
Yeah.
for 7 days.
Yeah.
You go to any pub, any night, you just walk in, you've got your little ticket lanyard, and if you walk, you can go into any pub, and it's almost a guessing game
Yeah.
as to who's going to be on, and you could walk in and fucking Foo Fighters are playing a set.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
I was looking at it for next year to try and get some dates, but I think everything's fucked.
It's about April-ish from memory.
Yeah, my timings are fucked with weddings again.
But also then my experience of Austin, and probably a little bias, and different because of the festival. But everyone's saying no, it's just like that anyway. It's just a fucking awesome city.
And now that Joe Rogan's bought the mothership
Even
there as
better,
well,
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a cool place to go.
But even today, speaking of those laws, the equivalent is we've just passed the stop and search laws, the police for the knife crimes, which I think it's structured in a well enough way because there was a guy on the Gold Coast, it's called Jack's Law. Have you heard about it? So there was a parent on schoolies and the 15-year-old kid had a knife and he got killed in 2021.
Wow.
So the parents have been campaigning just for police to have stop and search laws, but they were adamant they didn't want it to impede on our civil rights, which is a big one.
Yeah.
Because like they could say, oh, we think you have a knife and search you for if you got drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
So they've just implemented the toughest knife laws in Australia here, where it's going to be knife search zones in Northbridge, Scarborough, Hillary's, Freo, and stop and search where they've got metal detectors and they can wave you. So I think that's okay, but I don't like the ability for that to be exploited either. But
It
if
will
it's
be,
purely just metal detectors and
Just
they
don't be dodgy.
yeah.
it's
I think it's a good
Yeah.
thing, but like if they were like take out your wallet, you could have a knife in your wallet, and if you've got like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just ends up being the guise of a good idea.
Yeah.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
But it can
Yeah.
be abused and it can be exploited.
But the
Yeah,
and
for
will
sure.
be.
The
Yeah,
stats,
yeah,
the stats in Gold Coast the last 2 years, they actually read really well. They had 240 knives and weapons confiscated in their hotspot area, which is Gold Coast and Broadbeach. So could have stopped some things.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And again, it's a very good idea for that.
Yeah.
But the fact that it will be used in other ways is...
Yeah.
But from knives to fists, so you've come back and you've done really, really well. What's happened? Like, what's been the big change? What was your first tournament you won?
So
how have you got your solo success? Because you're allowed to be a humble brag now.
Well, when I think it was the influence of my foster brother, my older brother. The guy's work ethic when I was growing up was second to none. He was just unbelievable. So when I come back into the sport, I went like, I've had 6 years off. I've got some serious catching up to do. I'm just going to get to work. So I just lived and breathed it. Obviously, being a PT, I was able to stay in the gym, and I just trained as hard as I could. And over the past 2 and a bit years, I've had 32 fights, and what that means is
that's a lot of fights.
Yeah, well, the idea...
If you were in the AFL, you wouldn't be allowed.
yeah, you'd be gone. You'd be out of here. Yeah. So, what that means is the idea of being able to get as far as you want to in amateur boxing is experience. So, experience, you can train as hard as you want, but if you're not getting ring time, going in as many competitions as you can, getting used to how it feels to be in the ring, those bigger stages like Commonwealth Games, Olympics, World Championships and things like that, it becomes very alien, you know what I mean? So I just went, I'm just going to get as much experience as I can. So
was it all 36 amateur fights?
Yeah, it's all all
that's
amateur
hectic.
fights. Yeah, so I went in every tournament I could. I had wins, I had losses. I was very much bottom of the barrel starting again.
Yeah. Did you get knocked out? Because that's where
no, I've never been knocked out.
Okay,
I've never even been
I've
never been like stanky legged or anything like that where you got the chicken leg. But and I just got to work, man, and last year in August, I tried out for the Olympics, and I had a... How
do you do that? Sorry, how do you try out?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. So what you do is you got to fight for your state title. So the boxing organisations all around the country will go, the state titles are at this time. Nominate your boxers. So the boxers can have, like, some fighters could have 150 fights, some could have 60, some could have 5.
All amateur only?
All amateur only, right? Or you can go pro now and come back, but you're not fighting as a professional. You're fighting back as an amateur.
Yeah.
You go through your amateur circuit, and if you win your state title, you'll then be the WA spot. Well, I was the WA spot, and you'll go fight for the Australian title.
Nice.
So they'll say the dates are at whatever the dates they are. Everyone's going to meet in. The organisations of the states will come through, meet at the spot.
How many boxing organisations are there? Is it all
one
a
for each state?
clusterfuck like the world?
There's we're all under world boxing, but like there's Queensland boxing, WA boxing, South Australia.
But in WA, there's not like boxing league, boxing association.
Just one.
That's much better.
Yeah, just one. And then you go fight for your Aussie title. So when you fight for the Aussie title, you win your spot, you're on the Australian team, and then you go travelling everywhere. And last year in August, it was for the Olympics. So
did you win the Aussie title as well?
No, I come up short in the semi, but I had a really good and positive tournament. So I fought over 3 days.
How many a day? One a day?
One a day. One a day. Yeah. And the hardest part about fighting one a day is that you got to cut weight. So when you cut weight, and what that means is that you obviously got to deplete yourself strategically over the periods coming up to the fights. And then with us and with myself, like, I go to sleep about 2 kilos over. I wake up with about 1 kilo to go, and I get in the bath about 5:30 in the morning and sweat out the last kilo. So you're sitting in there like a sauna.
That can't be healthy,
and you sweat out that last kilo, right? And then you go weigh in, have a bit of a snack, rinse, and you got to go fight, but you can't fuel up too much because you got to weigh in the next day if you get through, right? Because it's a knockout tournament. I done that 3 days in a row. And they're hot. It's the best. You're fighting the best in the country. You know what I mean? I fought the Australian champion on the quarterfinal. I got the win with that. Went in to fight the New South Welshman on the semi and come up short. But the people in charge, of the head of the board were like, we like the way you fight. Come down to the Australian Institute of Sport.
Sick.
So I started to get invited to like these camps, and you're mixing it with the best in the country. Once I started doing that, I fought for the first time for Australia against the Philippines January this year. And I come up short on that one, but it's all about experience. The win-loss ratio isn't too important in amateur scene. It's just that experience, right? Yeah. And then from that camp, they said, we would like you to be a part of the Australian team and come and fight in America. So it was an invitational event. Australia picks their team. You go over, and there was like 16 different countries there.
How many people are in your weight division?
On the
That
Australian,
they choose, yeah.
on the Australian team, there's Harry Garside, which is the he's the main man. So
He said he's going to come on the pod as well, actually.
yeah, mate, he's a
Where's
ripping fella, and he sees the world in a positive way. Like,
Is he from over east or here? Or?
he's from Victoria,
Yeah,
but he
okay.
lives in Bondi now.
What weight do you fight at?
63.5.
Wow.
Yeah, and then so yeah, when we went over to the World Cup, you know, there was guys from the UK, guys from America, and you sort of get put into a pool, like the draw comes out, and you just fight your way through.
Yeah.
So,
Over like one a day again?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's so hectic because just one boxing fight cunts train for months for.
yeah,
And
it's a spin out.
you've got to do
Yeah, and the
so
thing is,
many in
man,
a
like you
row.
can be as fit as you want to be,
Yeah.
and the experience part of it is being understand your energy and your mindset, and being able to restart, make quick decisions in the ring. Otherwise, you know, in your first few fights, it's just like, mate, you're going to do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
10 seconds in, it's like, let's punch on, you know, and you get out of the ring and you go, what happened? So, yeah.
How many rounds is the
They're three
they-
threes, but
3
you're
threes.
you're on red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're there, and it's like
yeah?
it's a sprint, and you're going, holy shit! Just
And most fights won by points in these things.
yeah,
Because
because it's very much a sport, amateur boxing. So
Yeah.
it's about that point scoring. How many times can I tip you without you tipping me? And
Yeah.
of course, you want to hit them hard, but you don't go out there thinking that.
yeah.
I don't have too much to say on the professional boxing scene because I've heard mixed emotions about it all.
Yeah,
but
it's
it
so murky.
sounds like very much like a business, and you got to sell yourself a little bit more. And
Yeah.
with myself, I get to be a part of a team, which I was talking about before. I love
Yeah.
the stories, the people you get to meet, the athletes you get to be around. Like, yeah, and you get to travel the world. You know what I mean? You
So
get
this is all AIS they sort you out?
yeah, they
Wow,
sort me out.
that's
So
sick.
yeah, and part of a team. You get physios, you get coaching.
And what, for your weight class, you got you, Harry, is there like 3 other guys or is it just like 2?
Oh, on that trip it was just me and him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it was awesome.
So
hey.
top 2 in Australia.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
mad.
yeah. So this year it all and all the fights I'm going to be having for this year, it's that familiarity, keep boxing, keep getting experience.
Yeah.
The Aussie titles in November this year in Canberra.
Yeah.
So yeah, just going to keep racking them up and just.
And what
Run
about
through
what
anyone
happened
there.
with Olympics? Were you trying to make Olympics this year?
No, so
was that?
that was August last year when I had those 3 fights.
Yeah.
Harry took that home,
Right,
and then
okay.
he went to the Pacific Games in November.
Okay.
Got that, and yeah, he's qualified for his second Olympics.
So he'll be our representative in
Yes.
that weight
Yes,
class.
exactly,
Cool.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there's always one person for each weight class that will represent our country.
Exactly.
But to win that, you got to go through everything. That you
Yeah,
just
you
went
got,
through.
you got to go through
Yeah, right.
those,
So that's pretty. I thought it was. Yeah, I didn't realize it.
because
worked
that's
like
the
that.
difference. Because people go, "Oh, I'm a professional fighter," but you could turn professional tomorrow.
Yeah.
You just got to sign a bit of paper.
Yeah.
Not taking anything away from professionals,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, to say I'm a professional fighter, or to say, you know, like depending on who you are as a professional, people don't actually know what the amateur sport is. To be a high quality amateur in any country and be a part of the national team,
Yeah.
there has been years and years, you know, wins and losses and tears and like it's been this, and then you make the Australian team. Like,
Yeah.
mate, there has been like a whole journey to get there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, you could have gone to the state titles 4 or 5 times and not even made the state team.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Australian title, you know what I mean? Like I had to go 4 Australian titles before I actually got asked to go to the team.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's good. That's resilience. As
absolutely,
well.
man. Yeah. And that's what I like. You know, I didn't know when I started back in the sport. I said I don't know how I'm going to do it to get there, but I'm just going to keep working until I get my Aussie tracksuit. And it was a big moment for me to get it, but it was very casual to
Yeah.
everyone else. It was just like, oh, here you go, mate, no worries. And I'm just there going,
Fuck yeah.
blowing up on the inside. I'm going, mate, I've worked so hard for this.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
dope.
such a big moment.
Yeah.
Well, once you've got that though, what's your new goal or your new
to win,
motivation?
to win the Australian title in November,
Yeah.
and then the goal for us, the big goal for us, is to go to the Commonwealth Games,
Yeah,
which
sick.
no one actually knows where it is right now, because Melbourne said they don't want it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
That's our big goal.
You can't
They just said nah.
Well,
Nah,
there's
why not?
56
you can't
countries.
try and
I
win
learned.
it and then go, nah.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
we want it. We don't want it now.
But they had it back in 06, and like I don't know what the infrastructure is there now. You thought they could have just put it back
Yeah.
to where they had.
Well, maybe they shouldn't
out
have
of my
fucking
control.
locked down their country for fucking so
Yeah,
long
no
and paid
shit.
a shitload of money to people to live at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Boxing is one of those things where you either, well, what's your like improvement? What's the graph like? Because I feel like once you get to a certain level, your skills are going to be pretty on par with other people. Is it just outworking, or like, you know, the superstar peoples that come through that have never lost a fight? Are they just freaks? What's the path look like for you to to
So-
get better? Because
Is there luck?
Yeah,
like, is
like,
that
for me, it's
I'm
like-
not discounting the hard
they-
work,
they-
but is there luck?
Oh, not in the gym. Not in
Yeah.
the gym. Like I remember growing up, I would leave the gym crying more than I left it happy. Because you just, you get sparring, you get your head punched in.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing malice about it, you know, and you're probably not even getting your head punched in. You just got touched up a little bit more than what you were planning to.
Yeah.
yeah, like
And-
Epstein's Island.
So yeah, I was
Healthy.
I was the younger, smaller one of the group. So like,
Again, like Epstein's Island.
yeah, I would hate to go there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And
So-
yeah, you just got to keep consistent at it. And
Would you, for you to get better though, right? Are you training just at one gym? Wouldn't you want multiple coaches, learn different little techniques, strategies?
terrible
or-
idea.
Really?
Terrible idea, because
Interesting.
your coach doesn't know you from a physical level. It's an emotional level. You know what I mean? Like when I've got Lace in my corner, he's literally like, he could be sitting there with an remote control and he's just, but I trust everything he says.
Right.
And there's things that he'll say to me different that he'll say to his other fighters. So he knows me from an emotional standpoint. And just before we're about to go out there, he pumps me up in a way that, the way that I react to the things he says, he wouldn't say those things to what he would say to someone else.
Yeah, so that's
So
sports
yeah,
psychology.
they need you, you know, and you need them, and like you got to make sure that you're a team in there, because if I go out there and I can't seem to read the play, that's the job that he is willing to do. So I got to trust him to do it.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Mike Tyson and Customato, I guess.
Mate,
How
what
high
a
he
what a
talks
duo!
about him. Yeah.
What a duo! You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the thing with Lace. Like, probably a bit biased, but with boxing, Lace is probably one of my best mates.
Yeah.
I see him every day. We
Yeah.
talk about life. We talk about boxing. We mold it into the two, and I trust everything he says.
What's his? Was he Australian? Was he a champ back in his day? Because I just know it from the
Yeah,
gym.
he had over 100 fights as an amateur, or probably scratched 100.
Yeah.
He represented the country and
Yeah.
fought at the nationals and things like that. And his story of the way boxing ended, it's like heartbreaking for
Right.
him. Yeah, he detached his retina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what
and-
happened to Rory Sloane.
Yeah, and that was his sort of boxing career sort of finished. And he's just a great coach.
Yeah.
Anyone that's walked through Lacey's gym and stayed consistent with it has become somewhat of a champion. Whether if that's a novice title, novice meaning 0 to 5 fights, and you go to you fight as like your experience level.
Yeah.
Or if you want to become an Australian champion or a state champion, he's committed to his job.
Yeah.
And you let him know what you want to do and you do it. And I think that's why we've had such great success, because he puts just as much time. We'll get up at 5 a.m. to sprint. He'll be there.
Yeah, right.
He's always with us. And I think that environment thing that I was talking about,
Yeah.
if your environment and your mentors, if they're leading the way, that's,
So
that's key.
I just wonder about with boxing, like, could there be like somebody that knows a different combo or a different angle or a different way to do your feet that maybe your coach doesn't know?
If it wasn't working for you, do you get to a point where you go, this coach isn't working for me, I want to go back bigger and better?
I think it's the coach who wants to continuously evolve as well.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if a coach goes, this is the be all and end all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like, mate, I'm getting hit too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
figure out how to stop me
yeah,
getting
yeah,
hit.
yeah. Like, mate, every time I throw a right hand, I'm almost getting chinned here.
Yeah.
Then it's, is the coach willing to get better, or are you not listening to your coach?
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So, yeah.
I always think about, I never really thought about that, because I've always had this mindset where like the coach, very much like an old school, footy coach, they only know one way. But if you're a good coach, you're going out learning all new things from other
man.
coaches.
Yeah.
That
So
makes so much more sense.
Well, that's why, and you look at and you use AFL, for example, as soon as a good system comes in, almost every team adopts it.
Yeah.
They go, oh, fuck, Alistair Clarkson was an innovator, and
Yeah.
now they all play it.
You know
And
what?
oh,
I actually
fucking
don't think
Adam
it was.
Simpson
I
was
actually
an
don't think it was
innovator.
Alistair Clarkson anymore. I think it was Sam Mitchell
Sam
the whole
Mitchell,
time.
yeah. But
I honestly think Alistair Clarkson just got lucky having Sam Mitchell on his team,
potentially.
because Mitchell comes to the Eagles and we win a flag. And then I did
Around their midfield.
I did a thing with Gov, and Gov said Mitchell, and Sheed said Mitchell was like
The best.
revolutionary.
Yeah.
He's like, the way he sees the game and the things he could teach us was like
Happened
insane.
when actually in the lesser level, it happened when we got Jay Van Belle come from Dockers.
Yeah.
He just brought a heap of knowledge from the Dockers from Ross
To
Lyon
West Perth?
To West Perth.
Yeah.
Won a premiership.
Yeah, insane. Yeah. So
But coaches do evolve.
Got to.
And I think that's the best. if they're preaching, we have to adapt and change and learn to grow ourselves. Surely they have to do it themselves.
Yeah, and that's when it comes down to the emotional standpoint as well. Like, you know, being understanding that something's not going to gel with your fighter, figure it out a way and that you can. And but Lacey's been around the sport and can come from his own experience as well. It comes down to the thing, like, if you're preaching it, have you done it?
Yeah.
No, he's been boxing since he was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
You know, and he's taken people into the professional ranks, like people for world title eliminators, and so he's been around the game enough to. He's still like, if there's more for me to learn, I'll do it. You know, and considering where he's at, and he's still saying, mate, if there's something that you don't know, please tell me. I'll find out.
Yeah,
you know?
that's awesome.
So
it's very similar to teaching. I was a teacher for 10 years. If you only know one method or one way, you're fucked.
Oh, for sure.
We go and upskill ourselves on certain things that we need to learn so the kids can learn better. I know that you might learn a different way to another kid, so I've got a different strategy with you. So it makes sense. Like,
absolutely,
any kind of teaching learning scenario has got that same dynamic. And the number one thing with teaching kids is building relationships.
Love it.
So
100%.
building a relationship, same thing with your coach. You've said it's all an emotional connection in sports psychology.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a temptation to cross over to MMA, since you can see how big that's going?
Mate,
mainstream?
I was 17 and had like 4 sort of MMA fights on the mat.
Yeah.
And
on the map or on the mat?
On the mat. So I wasn't locked in a cage, but you go there and you rock up and they'll just throw everyone in.
Sparring.
Yeah, so I went and done MMA for a little bit. I just couldn't get my leg up high enough to kick him in the head, mate. I was I'm sitting there boxing, getting like Sparta kicked. Yeah. Absolutely loved it. Yeah. But it's very hard on the body, old MMA, where boxing's, I think, a little bit harder on the brain.
Yeah.
That's because you hit so many times. But mate, my hips were sore every day because you're smashing the bag and it's ripping your hips apart. And hats off to those guys. That's a whole different craft in itself. Like, but boxing, there's nothing older than 2 blokes punching on. So
speaking of boxing, did you watch Usyk and
mate, that was a lot more entertaining than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, mate, what was the go there?
Usyk was on a mission.
First time since Lennox Lewis, I think it is.
Yeah,
all 4
undisputed
unified belts.
It was a wicked fight.
Fury won, right?
No, Usyk.
Oh,
mate.
did he really?
No, it was close. People are going, oh, Usyk won. Fury. It was a close fight.
But who actually won? Like,
Usyk
actually won.
Yeah, he was on a mission though, man. He put Fury on the back foot, and he's a much smaller man.
Yeah,
like,
it's not often you see.
It was a sick fight. Yeah, mate, wobbled him hard there, eh? Like,
I only saw
that 9th round.
Yeah, that was such a because we were all in Adelaide, and it was the morning before the finals, and we're all sitting around the TV going, no, losing our minds.
I only saw the post interview because I'm not across it like Squirrely's right across all this boxing.
I sent you that when they were chatting. Did I send you that?
Yeah, when he just said,
"You're a fucking good fighter."
Sportsmanship or something.
Fuck.
The way that was happening, it
my
was
family,
like Fury won.
Yeah, he was like, "My family,
come and
have a beer with me, and we all have a beer, maybe non-alcoholic, whatever."
Yeah. So,
but that's fucking watching. There's something. And I take it when I watch people like yourself or fucking Jack Della, or there's something about boxing and UFC and fighting.
You're putting your consciousness on the line.
Well, yeah, but watching a man or a woman bring themselves to the peak of their physical condition to just be ready for this one fucking fight, and it can end in
immediately
4 seconds.
And it's like,
there's something so motivational. It fucking gets me jacked up watching the best in the world try to be the number 1 on the planet.
Mate,
it fucking
it's a buzz,
jacks me up.
It's a buzz, man. And I think it's that feeling of like, you go through emotions every time you get through the ropes, that experience loop that I'm telling you about. You get through there and sometimes you question yourself. You know, but when you've been in there enough, you get in there and you go, this is my ring. Like, I'm meant to do this. This is, let's put it to the test. And in that moment as well, you're openly putting yourself out there to be criticised. You're going to have a shit night.
Yeah.
It's almost similar to comedy in a way.
Yeah.
You know, you just get that immediate feedback loop, like where, in boxing, you're openly, like, you're going to have a good performance, a bad performance. You're openly... there's someone out there that's always going to put shit on you for what you do.
Yeah.
And you're doing it in front of a heap of people, sometimes your friends and family. Like, it's just
people get knocked out. Be like, oh shit, he got knocked out.
Yeah, and it's like, come on, man, he got in there. He had a crack, you know? Like,
well, even, and I like the way Wes Kappa has spoken about it when he's been on the pod. And
what
you
a
hear,
guy.
oh, fucking absolutely.
Are you in the same weight class?
No, he's a monster compared to me.
He's a fucking big boy. But like people like him, and even Volkanovski has talked about it, like, the training camp seems to be what you love the most. Yeah, the actual fight itself, it's the working hard to get yourself in that.
The
I am
journey.
a fucking machine.
Yeah,
like
it's
getting
sick, man.
seems to be addictive to a lot of these professional athletes. I can even attest to the ultra recently. Just getting in shape for this. The run itself was like, I finished it. I felt fucking awesome for finishing it. Did well, happy, but it was a bit.
Mate, because
I don't know.
you're doing the whole thing to make sure that you're good on the day.
Yeah.
Getting to the day is like,
Yeah,
I
the day
knew
was-
I was going to do this.
Yeah, the day.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
exactly what it felt like. I was
yeah.
running. I was like, well, I knew I was going to finish.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
But it was the build up to
Yeah.
get there was fucking and that's what I see with all these fighters and their fucking the weight cuts.
Yeah,
and the gym sessions and getting up at 3:30 in the morning to do the fucking runs and. I see it, and
being
that motivates me more than the actual fight itself.
The like-minded people too, like,
yeah.
and some days,
Fucking oath, yeah.
Some days the guys walk in shit, you're feeling good, vice versa, and it's like, mate, come on, let's fucking go,
Yeah, let's
you know,
fucking do it.
let's do this, you know, and it's like, some days, you know, someone could be feeling off and you got to spar them, and it's like, just to see them grow in that session, you know, and it's those are the days you got to go through, like.
What's the what is the weight cut issues now? Because Wes's story was horrific, where he lost his teeth.
Mate, that's next level.
Yeah.
And
How much weight do you cut before?
Just two,
well,
one or two.
this is a great conversation. So, losing weight and cutting weight are worlds apart. You know what I mean? So, let's say, you know, I went a little, theoretically speaking, I go a little bit hard at Christmas time. I'm about 72 kilo, right? Yeah. I tell myself I've got to get down to a healthy 67. That's losing weight, watching your calories, your energy output, stop eating shit, right? You get down to a healthy 67. From 67 to 63 and a half is cutting weight, right? And that is total manipulation of the body. So you don't lose, you know, 4 or 3.5 kilos or 4 kilos, whatever it is. You know, that's cutting weight, and it's usually by water.
Yeah.
So by watching your fiber intake, watching your carbohydrates, you know, your energy output, your sleep, your salts, all these things to make sure that your body's not holding on to water. You're just dropping water weight.
That's kind of scary though, because that's how you die, man.
No, but
dehydration is
over
like
last year though, we done it. Me and Courtney at Dead Set got it down to a T. You know, 5 days out, I start dropping my fiber. 4 days out, drop the carbs. 3 days out, the salts start to come down a little bit, and then all of a sudden, my energy's good. Or I'm just not putting as much output. I don't do as much PT sessions that day. I only favour my training. And, you know, I go to bed only 2 kilos over. That last kilo is the hardest bit, but I do half an hour in the bath.
Yeah.
If you're doing it right, which there's a lot more science out there now to help us get through that and the way that the food works with the body, to make it a little bit easier for ourselves, but
less dangerous.
Yeah, less dangerous.
Because
Where
the dangerous way is to just cut it all in a sauna and.
Mate, horrific.
Who would have thought a marine biologist is good at losing water?
Because I mean, I was in a sauna the other day, and I go there regularly.
Yeah.
I do a good amount. I don't fucking kill myself. But
Yeah,
there was 2 blokes in there, and I could hear them talking, and they were clearly MMA fighters, and I noticed they were cutting weight, and I said, how much are you going to put on tomorrow after this? Because they're not drinking water, not eating, they're completely fasting, just trying to cut the weight. And and they're struggling. They're like, I'm so hungry. I could go with just a fucking chocolate bar or something. And they said they were going to put on close to 10 kilos the next day.
That's insane. See, with us though, we weigh in and fight that day. Where I think maybe a lot of MMA fighters in different sports day before.
Yeah, I think they changed the rules or something.
Yeah, so they do it the day before. So you've got that whole 24. So we got to stay roughly around to where we are.
Yeah.
And you know, simply by having a sauna the night before, you know, they've got an extra day to rehydrate.
Yeah.
Where if I saunaed the night before, I'm dehydrated for my whole sleep, and then I got to try and get that back come fight time. You know?
How does that go for your prep? Like your prep seems quite ideal. It seems a bit more or less abrupt. Whereas
smarter.
Yeah, you got to choose your battles, man.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Okay.
if you're not sticking to your plan throughout your weight loss and your weight cut and your training, you know, the last 24 hours is going to be really tough for you.
Oh,
you know,
watching McGregor weight cut in his doco.
Yeah, so
When-
don't choose your battles. You know what I mean? Like go a little bit hungrier on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or you know, stop eating the chocolate bar or whatever it is
Or
that.
fight at a higher weight.
Or fight at a high weight. Exactly. But they're monsters up there, some of them. They're big boys.
Well, they're doing the same thing. They're 10 kilos heavier and they're coming down. So when they go back up, you're fucking 80 kilos fighting at 90 kilos.
Yeah, they're putting 2.5 kilos on my weight division soon. Can't wait for that.
As in, like,
Yeah, they're so 63.5 will now be 65.
Oh,
And,
so
and
what do you
think
walk
that's good or
around that?
bad?
I walk around at 67.
Yeah.
So
Really?
like quite comfortably, yeah. So I woke up this morning at 67.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me to drop 2 kilos I could do that. Like, yeah, it's just not even a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't strike me as a 67.
Bit bigger, eh? No.
Yeah, well, you do. You do look bigger. You do look like. I mean, I'm 77.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite a lightweight for me now.
I'm 85, boy.
Well, that's
Let's
what
go.
Yeah, so that's what I was sitting at, about 84, 85 when
Yeah.
I was in incredible shape, and then I've come down
Thanks.
to 76.
Thanks,
Yeah.
76, 77. I feel very fucking comfortable there.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I've had to work reasonably hard.
You do.
I look
That's
at
the
you.
thing,
You wear
choosing your battles, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, but I look at you. You're a similar size,
Yeah.
frame. Everything seems similar, and you're
Yeah.
fucking nearly 10 kilos
But
less
he's
than
training,
me.
Spin out, yeah.
hectic
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but-
boxing training and PT and
you could call it, and I am on my feet all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I am on my feet
like
all
super
day.
active.
Yeah.
So
No, I do this.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's probably the biggest difference. I guess,
Mate, and the thing is,
Constantly
right,
working.
like I do like 10,000 steps a day minimum. And to sit there and tell, your average person as me as a coach and go, mate, if you can't run, go for a walk and start getting your steps up. So such a coaching thing to say.
Yeah.
But it will help you. Your energy output really factors in. If you're sitting on your ass for 10 hours a day and you're going to the gym and working as hard as you can for an hour, you've worked hard for 1 hour, but you sat down for the rest of the day. You probably drove to the gym, drive home, you're going to sit down and you're not losing any weight.
Yeah.
You got to start getting up and going for a walk in the morning along with your training. You know what I mean? And that's when
Yeah.
you'll start to see it happen. Training, if you're in a weight losing phase, if you're only doing it for your mentality, you don't really care about losing weight. Cool, do what you're doing. But if it's like, I'm not losing any weight and I'm training hard every day for an hour. Yeah, well,
It's all diet after
Well, the
that.
body's made to move and be
Absolutely,
and
man.
and Cam talked about it when he was on the podcast, and he was talking about, you get that sore back and you want to move. That's your body saying, give it a bit
Get
of a
up.
wiggle.
Yeah.
Do it, move. Like,
Yeah.
actually fucking listen to your body. And it's hard when we've got fucking all this other bills and
Well, I said this.
fucking life and girlfriends and fucking boyfriends and kids and whatever getting in the way.
Yeah.
And then you forget to listen to your body. And at the end of the day, you get like the sore back and you're like, fuck, I've been neglecting it. I haven't been listening.
But I said this the other day on my social media. I was like, today there is so many job titles out there. There's a gutter man. There's a lawnmower man. Someone will come and clean your house and your car if you want to.
Yeah.
If you started to do all those things, that's so much more movement in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my old boy would roll over it, like be atrocious, like be disgusted if I had someone else cut my grass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but there's people out there that they're so busy, which is okay.
Yeah.
But if you're not feeling good about yourself, you need to put a little bit more movement in your life. Get up on the roof, clean your gutters, start mowing your lawns, clean your car.
How good is it, mate, the lawns?
Well,
I'm obsessed.
I'm
with
such a
lawn,
green
hey.
thumb now, man. I'm such a green thumb. I'm in the
Mate,
gardens, mulching,
years-
doing this, doing that. Love
Years
it.
and years of toil to try and get my and I got it at my old house that I
Yeah.
owned. My grass got lawn porn. Like, I would take photos of that shit.
Love it.
Bit of
And then we
lawn
sold the
hub,
house.
Love it. Let's go.
And the house that I'm at now, granted, I keep the lawn pretty well, but it's buffalo, and I just
Mine's fucking dead, bro. I bought a whole pack and everything. It's fucked.
Mate, have a
Yeah.
crack, mate. Come on.
Mate,
You gotta-
I fucking bought a $130 like lawn care pack and
are you watering it or what?
yeah.
It's pretty well stuck now. It's not
Yeah.
going to grow in winter
It's
either.
just-
it's
it's
just
just-
going to
mate,
shit
it's
all
done.
winter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
fucked.
done.
You can
Mate, it's my nonna's old house, but the grass has been there since 1962 and it's fucked.
You could maybe give it a bit of a fertiliser now, but it's getting to the point where soon it's going to be like a frost on it.
Yeah,
every
but I haven't
morning.
mowed.
It ain't moving.
I haven't mowed my lawn in 3 weeks, and it's still crisp.
just-
I'm going, oh mate, how
Mate,
good's
it's
this?
it's kind of a nice.
I've got a Sunday back.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What's your best lawn, boys? Is it Buffalo, Sir Walter? What's your go-to?
Cooch.
Yeah,
Cooch?
yeah. Mine's got a bit of everything
How's that?
in it.
I'm
sounds-
so fucked now. I have a favourite grass.
Yeah. You got
Cooch.
lawn hub, lawn porn. I'm tickling the cooch. Fuck.
Mate, I'm just prepared to go spend my next $1,000 on my next hub of plants. Like, I'm going to put something here, I'm going to put
Mate,
something there.
That
Unreal.
that scene from Old School where he's like, yeah, just got a pleasant little Saturday. You know, we're gonna go to Home Depot, maybe get
Love
some
those days.
painting. I don't know if I got enough time. I don't know if I have enough time.
Do you-
That
do you-
is now my normal.
Maybe
like,
when I get my own house, I think that's when I'll start to.
mate, I loved it.
Otherwise, I'll just concrete the fucking
It was
shit
like
out
my
of
Yeah,
it.
it was like my favourite thing when I'd wake up and me and Steph would take Scotty to Bunnings We go get some fucking plants and mulch and shit. And
I don't want
The
that.
hardest
I
thing
don't want
about
that life.
You do.
You want to
Yeah,
tell me?
yeah.
Oh, we'll hook you in at some point.
Yes, the hardest thing about Bunnings is every time I go there is I feel bad for all the things I don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go, I need that, I need that. Far out,
Mate,
get out
actually,
of
the
here.
worst
Do
thing
me
is
up.
if
Pointing at people's wives going, I need that.
If Delby did it, you'd look like a stereotypical wog.
I know.
Eventually. You'd have
That's
the
why I
wife
just
beater
concrete,
out.
mate, concrete.
You're like, fucking put the chicken pen in. We're fucking do this. We're fucking do
Where
that.
to get rid of the chickens, man?
What
That's,
national are you?
Italian and English.
Ooh,
Dad's
there you go.
Italian. Mum was born in Middlesbrough.
Oh,
So,
very good. Yeah,
Middlesbrough.
My old boy's from Manchester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Manchester's a good night out, man. I snapped my dick in Manchester.
Oh,
Actually, no,
damn.
Liverpool.
Damn.
Liverpool. Yeah, it was
Scouse.
hectic. I was
Yeah.
so
Fucking
bad.
Scousers.
I think, I don't know if I've
That
ever
was not
told
bad
the story.
accent there.
I think I did, yeah. But yeah, the last thing I was going to ask you said crypto and
Yeah.
what happened? Bad or good?
Mate, do not let the market beat you.
What's
Never
that
let
mean?
it. Well, so
Just
I,
buy and sell immediately.
No,
I was literally
don't sell.
hold on to dear life.
Yeah.
I was working on night shift and I was quite intrigued by the market a few years before, and then I heard the whole halving was coming, and it was literally a Friday, and my mate sends me a message and goes, Black Friday sales,
Yeah.
get on the platform. So anyways, I get on there and everything's in the red, so red. So I just went bang, threw a whole heap of money in, and I didn't really look at it for about 6 months. It was doing all right. Long story short, it went to below to what I put in there. It went really, really bad. But I was 21 at the time. I didn't need the money from when it reached its high. I was pretty patient. I wasn't looking to buy a house or go on any fancy holiday. So I left it in there, and it's to what it is now. It's starting to pick back up again. But yeah, I'm not gonna let the market. Oh, I've got a number of what I want it to look like. The day that happens, I'll pull it out. But
Is that in
It's a bit of luck, though.
yeah. So
Was that luck, or was that like, did you research it, or did he just go, hey, I think this is going to end, whatever? It's like play money.
No, well, number one golden rule of any investment is don't put in what you're not willing to lose, right?
Yeah.
I had more, like I was about to spend X amount of money in the Netherlands
Yeah.
on whatever I needed to spend it on. There was going to be a life investment. All right, sweet. I'll throw it in there. Like I was willing to lose it all. And I literally just threw whatever I needed to throw in. And I don't mind if it does well or if it doesn't. And the day that I see that I'm comfortable with, that's when I'll start to play around with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel good. I'm happy the life I'm living. I don't need any extras. I don't need any Lamborghinis and things like that. You know what I mean? So like, and that's what people get into crypto for. They go, oh, this is my way out.
Yeah.
GameStop and
Yeah.
I'm like, mate, like
My shares are fucked, bro. They're up like 44 grand. Right now, they're worth $800, man.
Mad.
So 38,000. No.
Can you tell me?
43,000.
Well, hold on now.
Can you tell me
Fucking,
which
there's no
ones
point.
they are so I don't use them
Well,
ones? So.
two of them have gone bankrupt, so they don't exist anymore.
Okay.
One's EML, and the other one is PointsBet, bro. I was like, well,
Yeah, PointsBet
I get
sounded-
banned from gambling.
Yeah.
I might as well invest in the gambling company. I bought $7,000 worth of shares at $5, went up to $17, and right now they're worth 50 cents, bro.
I think it's more so
Like,
the
PointsBet are fucked.
I think it's less that they're fucked and more that people are using other.
Nah, I think they tried to push for America, and they didn't get the hold in America, and they spent all their fucking cash on
Okay.
that. So
I
I'm
liked-
fucked now, So I'm
I
just
like
holding
the
on to
ones
them.
who saw COVID and went, all right, people are going to be locked in their homes, and went and done Afterpay, Microsoft,
Yeah.
Apple, and they just cashed out big. It's like,
Yeah.
imagine reading that play
Well,
and working
I've
out
only
for you,
invested
like,
in
So
three
lucky.
things in my life. Did
Pussy.
goat milk.
Goat milk.
Goat milk, yeah.
fucking killed. Did the
Really?
research on that.
Ooh.
Fucking killed on
Wow.
that. Like fucking destroyed.
How did you do that?
I can't remember. At the time, I was doing the research and I was like, yeah, goat milk's going to go off. And then China just started fucking buying goat milk.
Really, just jerking off
Shout-
LeBron
Nah,
James.
Shout out to goat milk. Let's go.
Goat milk formula.
Just jerking off LeBron James.
Yeah. Don't know what it was. So they
goat
got the
milk.
goat milk and medical cannabis over here.
Yeah.
Had a company
Yeah,
over here.
clever.
And I sold out at the wrong time. I
Clever.
killed it. But
Clever.
Was that ACA? I invested in them at
I'm-
40 cents and they lost money, and then I sold them at 50 cents.
I can't remember. It was one of the first ones. It
Yeah.
was a mate's, a friend of a friend was
Yeah.
the starter of it, and it just killed it. And it's huge now. So
Wow.
I'm sort of spewing. But anyway, that and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin got in fucking banging early.
Yeah.
And you done well.
Yeah.
Let's
I made
go.
Made like
Yeah.
20 grand in like
Mad.
fuck all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, but it sold out. It's one of those things though, in hindsight, like if you actually bought, not invested, there was like an investing platform where you can buy and sell. I use that. if you could have actually bought, if I had bought Bitcoin,
Yeah.
my Bitcoin that I would have bought would be
Stacks.
Oh,
So
like
stacks.
But you can't.
You'd be looking
you
at
just never know.
never hindsight, but Bitcoin's the one that's just constantly. Yeah, it goes up and down, but it's
Yeah.
just constantly going up and down.
Yeah.
So, and it's what $3,000, and I
Yeah.
bought it.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
like $80,000 now, or
Yeah.
something like.
Yeah.
It's just so scary though, because if the government decides to,
But you got to be in it to
just
win it,
never know.
man.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna go drive your car because you could
Yeah.
get hit by a bus.
That's
you know what I
right,
mean?
yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you got to be in it to win it,
Yeah.
and these are the chances we take.
Mate,
you
my
know,
biggest
like-
mistake, my brother showed me Afterpay, man, at $1.80. And I was like, 3D printing is going to be huge. I put $2,000 into a 3D printing company. They went bust. Afterpay went from $1.80 to fucking $110.
Have you-
So I missed out on like 120 grand, bro.
Well, you do miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And Gary
Absolutely.
V's one.
Well, I took a shot at 3D printing and it left me in the 2D world.
Gary V's got an awesome story about missing, big misses, and that one of him being asked to invest in Airbnb,
yes, and Uber
and
as
he
well.
just said, "Don't see it," and he
Yeah.
just was,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, he told everyone to invest in NFTs and
yeah.
NFTs.
But he
kind
probably
of-
cashed out at the top of that as
Yeah.
well. The thing is like, hearing, like I was saying before, being a good listener, having a crack, like listen to what other people have been into, see if it gels with you, and take the risk. Like, mate, the failures are only the pressure we put on ourselves.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Like if you go, oh well, what that I learned from that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Rather than putting yourself in a hole from it, like.
Yeah.
You're not going to invest in 3D printing again, are you?
Nah.
So you
I've
got,
had way more success backing my own gut with footy bets, man.
how good is
Like-
going with the gut though?
Always
Wins.
wins.
Go with the gut, 100%
Always.
of the time. Like,
Yeah.
And that's
always.
the thing; it's hard to hear the gut sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
you got so much shit going on.
Yeah.
That's why I just
Yeah.
get like going for a run. It sort of
Yeah.
quietens everything, and you start to think.
Yeah,
You
get
start
the-
to go,
Get,
fuck, that's come out of that. That comedy bit I've been working on. That's
Yeah.
come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, and not just a run.
Yeah, for sure.
Meditating or
Yeah.
fucking.
Something that's
I don't
gonna
know, just
eliminate-
like
yeah.
anything. Cleaning.
Yeah.
Like I'll clean the house and I'll
Yeah.
be, I don't know, you just listen to music cleaning the house and you'll be like, oh, that makes sense.
That's so funny.
Cleaning doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah, but like just
Yeah.
moving around, just click. Like once a house, like for me, once my house is clear and
You feel
clean, I
good.
feel better.
That's so
And I'm
funny.
ju-
That's
it just-
my daily routine before a fight.
Yeah,
Is it?
right.
I clean the house.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, clean house, clean mind, chill back for the rest of it. Let's go punch on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean house, then clean house. Love. My back is chopping, and I got to
All
shoot
good,
off
bro.
shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
finish up.
anything else we want to
No.
touch on? Any other words of wisdom that you've been thinking about that you want to share?
I do want to thank my sponsors. So,
Nice.
we get to work with people that want to help me out and be a part of my boxing journey. So Supplement Motors, Chris and the team, they're amazing. Waterline Plumbing and Gas, Erica and Butters, you guys are legends. Do you know Julie Goodwin?
I know Eric and Butters.
Yeah,
yeah.
legend people. Do you know Julie Goodwin, she won MasterChef?
Nah.
I used to work for her back in the day. That's a pretty
Yeah,
cool
right.
story as well. Yeah, her and her husband, their IT company, IT Solutions, they sponsor me. So big shout out to them.
IT Solutions. Do
Yeah.
they work in schools and stuff?
I'm not too sure of their background.
What was their name?
So Mick Goodwin,
And what was the lady's name?
Julie.
I think I did a.
No, they're from
Solutions IT?
they're from the central. They're from the Central Coast.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
okay.
from the Central Coast. Those
I
ones,
have a
yeah.
feeling like I did a corporate gig for them at the Campfield last year.
So these ones from.
They
Central
don't.
Coast,
They
yeah.
don't do anything in WA.
No.
Okay.
And then Yard Smart Solutions, Reese, Jacinta, love you guys.
All the solutions.
Yeah. And then Everlast, Paul from Everlast,
Sick.
sports mate. Yeah, those
Stocko.
Stocko, he's a great dude.
He's another one of the community, one of the West Perth boys.
Yeah,
from
love
way
him.
back.
He's
a
awesome.
fucking legend.
And,
Well, he owns Everlast, or he works
no,
as manager for
yeah,
Everlast.
he's got his own sort of Everlast crew that he's
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's so
building
interesting
everything.
they've moved into Big W and Kmart now. Hey.
Yeah, well,
Like,
yeah, it's almost a different company. There's a
Right.
bit of a backstory on that as well.
so there's a boxing thing and now a fashion thing?
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah, there's like boxing apparel and,
Okay,
and
got ya.
things like that. Then there's like the Kmart stuff.
Yeah.
And then Lace, you're the man. He without him, I'd still be rigging. And then my photographer Matt Brown Photography. Shout out to him. He's the man.
If anyone wants to sponsor us as well, feel free. We'll jump on. Well, when's your next fight? August, did you say? Was it?
We've got so the competitions just keep rolling on. There's a good chance that I'll be doing some local Perth shows just to keep getting the experience up.
Are you do you want to turn pro eventually or not really fast?
I don't know. I'm really excited. What really excites me is still being on the team, and because I'm probably one of the newer members of the the Australian team, and I get to travel around. And I'm going to soak up all the trips I can get, and the experience.
Stay amateur for free trips.
Man. So and the financial supporters, they're the ones that want to be a part of the journey, and they help out in every other way that they can't, like the ones that the Boxing Australia can't pay for. These guys are the ones that are helping me out, and it's great.
Awesome.
So and then of course anyone that's resonated with this podcast and feels like they need to have a chat and things like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, mate, shoot me a message. I'm always free to have a yarn.
Train with you? You do PT stuff? Or?
Yeah, for sure.
So Lacey's?
Everything's at Lacey's, and then obviously when I'm away and I wasn't able to keep catering to the people that I was working with. That's why me and Courtney built an online platform to be able to still stay in touch with people whilst we're away, and write them online training programs, and still be able to spit yarns and that with them, and build a little bit of a community online. So
how do people find that?
Follow along on my Instagram page, and my social media pages are probably the biggest ones. So Jaggar Altoft. And
how do you spell Altoft?
Altoft.
Nice.
And that's probably the go-to place to be able to come and spit a yarn.
Jaggar.
What's the 12-week challenge actually thing? Because I've been hit up by Courtney to do that as well.
Yeah. Oh, the hibernation challenge.
Yeah, are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Hibernation challenge. I'm already ahead there.
Yes. Nah, that
Mate,
is.
So we asleep for 12 weeks?
No, it's sick, man. It's so sick. So shout out to those guys as well. If you jump on Instagram, they've got a good panel on there. So it's about essentially, a bear goes into hibernation, but for males, it's about being able to. I think it's all men. Yeah, it's all about going for the 3 months of winter to work on yourself, and there's all these. It's like 75 hard.
Yeah.
Times 10 on steroids.
Yeah,
it's so sick, man.
So Courtney sent me the
do
outline.
it. I signed up last night.
Man, so he's hit me up.
Yeah.
Who's the guy?
Adam Becker.
Adam Becker's hit me up, and we're going to have a chat.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I've done a lot of challenges lately, and
that
I'm a
was
little
the same
tired.
As me. That was the same as me, man. I went, I pushed myself enough, but I went, there's so many things I got to work on.
Man, this is like no porn, no TV,
no social
Netflix,
media, no social media apps.
I can't do it.
It's you can go on social media for business, and do your thing, and then but no scrolling, no nothing.
So I'm deleting mine off my apps and keeping all my social media on my laptop because I only have it open on my laptop.
Well, how do you organise friends and stuff?
You're in
you will have no
right?
friends. Hibernate.
No time for new people. Nah.
Yeah, it seems.
What's the saying that girls, do you want to be in the forest with a bear or a man? This is man in hibernation. We're crossing it.
Yeah, we're getting the full package.
Big challenge.
Yeah, mate. Do
you think you'll get it done?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I want to do it, man.
Because I've been taking my phone to bed and I'm getting caught in the scroll.
Yeah, you can't have your phone next to your bed and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
no
all those little things.
Porn.
So
I'll have to go use my imagination again I'm 15.
Oh, wank bank.
when the Wi-Fi's down.
Fuck.
But I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah,
I'm going to have a chat to him.
Yeah, he's a great mate. You can get lost in conversation with Becker as well. He's a really cool dude. So have a
I got that from him
Yeah.
in the messages, and he said, "Are you available for a chat?" And I was like, "Well, I've got 5 minutes in my head," and I was like, "I don't think you're going to be a 5-minute man." So
That's what the girls think about me. I'm a 1 minute man.
But mate, thanks so much for coming
for jumping on. Good to meet you, bro.
Mate, it's been wicked. Yeah, thanks for having me.
I reckon
Did you forget you're on a pod after 5 minutes?
It
becomes normal.
It's been wicked.
I feel like we only scratch the surface as well, mate. So potentially you can go back on again,
mate. We can yarn about whatever.
Hard yarn.
Yeah, hard yarn. Let's
Fuck
go.
yeah.
I've got nothing to plug, guys. Just DanielDelby.com or at Daniel Delby's got all my upcoming stuff. I'm kind of winding back before my tour.
Sick.
So if you're over east, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sunshine Coast, Penrith, Central Coast, Newcastle, and Central Sydney. So suss it out at Teach Comedy Night or at Daniel Delby.
I'm at the Hideout next Friday night.
Sick. Conway's room.
Conway's room, which, fuck yeah, fun. doing 10 minutes there.
It's
going
for
to start
working out new stuff, eh?
Yeah, so I'm going to do basically sort of, tried and tested for most of it, but I'm going to chuck in about 4 minutes of brand new stuff.
Do 10 minutes of new.
Is it 10 minutes?
Do not waste your time there, my friend.
I don't know if I have 10 minutes of new, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And then the following week on I want to say the 5th. Yeah, the 5th, I'm in Claremont. 6th, I'm at Comedy Shack. And 7th, I'm at, is it Whitford's Varsity?
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah. That I don't think that's open to the public.
Okay.
That's the 8th, I think.
Okay,
8th
cool.
of June.
Oh, yeah, so every date I just gave you, put on an extra day.
if anyone's in Broome, actually, if there's any Broome listeners or if you have any friends in Broome, I'm going on tour in Broome for 5 days. I'm bringing up
Really?
everything, yeah.
Sick.
Who's Rhyme, Teach Comedy Night, 33 single date
fuck
night.
yeah.
So from Wednesday the 5th till the 10th of June.
And and the Squealing Pig.
Yeah.
I
June
was about to
13th.
say that. I was about to
Yeah.
say, surely we're dropping that.
Yeah,
I'm
June
going to come
13th.
through. I'm going to come through for sure.
Yeah,
Lucky
June
13.
And it'll be weekly on Thursday. So, mate, we have no illusions as to how hard it'll be over the first few months. It's going to be a bit of trial and error, but fuck, it's going to be fun.
Get down and support the lads.
Let's
go.
It's an accompanying podcast for Squealing.
Yeah. So every week we're probably going to trial a few different ideas. We're going to have certain themes. He's thought about like doing singles nights and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have a bit of fun with it. We'll trial and error over the first 3 or 4 months, but on the working our way up to Fringe and making it a fucking purring room.
Nice.
Let's go.
Sick.
All right.
Hey, legends.
Share a bolt.
Hooroo.